Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport, and today we're taking a look at the 1984 Tomaso Pantera GT5. So the Pantera itself was produced between 1971 and 1992, with 7,260 being made, which is obviously not a great deal for a 20 plus year production run. This version, however, was introduced in May of 1980 and came with better brakes, a more luxurious interior, larger wheels and tyres, and a fiberglass body kit, which included wheel arches, a wide body stance look, a new air dam, side skirts, and a large rear spoiler, as you can see, and it all looks absolutely superb as far as I'm concerned. Obviously it looks like a lot of wedge-shaped mid-engine rear-wheel drive cars from the late 70s and early 80s, but I still think it looks absolutely superb. I really like the wheels that it's got going on, and yeah, even though it's had to deal with some of the bumper restrictions of the 80s from America, I think they've incorporated the extended bumper there really rather nicely. It doesn't look as ungainly as some cars from the likes of Europe that were imported to America and had to deal with their rules and regulations basically. And yeah, but this version unfortunately ended in 1985 and was replaced by the GT5S. An estimated 197 of these were made, so easily one of the rarer versions of this car. And this is a car that we've not had in a Forza game for quite some time. The first appearance was in Forza Motorsport 3 and the last appearance was in Forza Motorsport 4, but that version was the original 1971 version of this car, so yeah, didn't look quite as striking as this, a little bit more ordinary. Still a good looking car, but nowhere near as flamboyant with its lack of wheel arches and no rear spoiler, for instance. So yeah, unfortunately we can't actually fully view this car because all we can really do is look at the interior and pop up the headlights, but a car with pop-up headlights is always something worth seeing, as that just means it's cool. And yeah, the interior, which is yeah, a little bit sparse, to be honest. I know it says I know I've said that it's a more luxurious interior, and it probably was in comparison to some versions of the car, but yeah, it's not got much in here. I don't even think there's a radio. There used to be I've seen a picture of this car with a radio in where that grey square is next to all the dials in the middle of the car up above the gear lever. But this doesn't even have that, so maybe that was never spec'd or it's been removed because it did look a bit silly having the radio side on instead of, you know, lengthways. So yeah, but still, this has a pretty potent engine, 5.8 litre V8 engine that has been borrowed from Ford, and it's it got 310 horsepower and 330 pounds-feet of torque. Now that by no means makes this the most powerful version of the car, as there were versions that were going up to 355, but that is still comfortably way more powerful than other V8 powered cars from the 80s, especially from America. So yeah, that is still pretty good, and at the end of the day it only weighs 3,268 pounds, so it's not got all that much in the way of weight to lug around either. So yeah, but nonetheless, let's get out onto a track and see what this car can do. So we're at Road Atlanta for a couple of laps, so let's hear what this car sounds like and then we'll talk about it some more. So yeah, it sounds pretty fantastic, to be honest, but then again it is an American V8 from the 80s, although it might be even older than that, given a lot of American engines did have long shelf lives. So yeah, but still sounds pretty damn good. Not the highest of revving engines, as you can see, not even really doing 6,000 RPM, but that just means that you've got plenty of torque throughout most of the rev range, and yeah, it was noted back when this car was released, originally in 1971, that with it being a V8 and having plenty of torque, it was a lot easier to drive around than its contemporaries, which usually had V12s. So, yeah, I mean, you look at the Lamborghini Countach, for instance, which was never regarded as an easy-to-drive car, especially on a day-to-day basis, whereas this, I guarantee, would have been. And, yeah, you couple that with the fact it doesn't weigh all that much, it's got massive rear tyres, as you can see, hopefully a rear spoiler that is working in terms of generating at least some downforce, and what you have is a very capable handling car. It's got a modicum of understeer to basically warn you that you're about to kill yourself, but yeah, basically it's yeah, just a very good handling car, and I've not found it easy at all to get the rear end out, quite frankly. So yeah, you really have to be driving it on the edge like that to really even get it to start to slide out. So yeah, very capable car, and probably a good first time you know, mid-engine rear-wheel drive car for a lot of people, no doubt. Acceleration wise, it can do 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, which is still pretty damn good, especially for not having the most amount of power you can get out from a V8 of from this car. 0 to 100 is dealt with in 12.1 seconds, and it goes to a top speed of 159 miles an hour. So top speed wise, probably not as good as something like a Countach or a Ferrari from that period, but still, I really do like this car, quite frankly. I've always been a fan of the Pantera, drove it a lot in the Forza Motorsport 3 and 4 days, and yeah, really glad we finally got another version of this car, or just the car at all, onto a new Forza Motorsport game, because I really do like this Italian-American mish-mash with its wedge-shaped gloriness and massive wheel arches and big rear spoiler, and yeah, it's just such a charismatic car, and one that I'm really pleased is in the game. Now this is part of a new car pack that has been added to the game. It's been released as of today, as in the day that this video has been uploaded, and it is the Racing Heroes car pack. So it's basically a car pack that is part of the main update that has been done to celebrate 20 years of Forza Motorsport. So there's a whole host of other stuff that has been added via that update. We've got Fuji Mikado that is finally being added to this game after being away from the Forza series for a long time. There are several other cars that are part of this car pack. I'll just talk through them right now. So we've got the 2008 Mazda Furai, the 2024 Ford Mustang GT3, a 2001 Formula Drift number 215 Nissan Silvia Spec R, that's got 1000 horsepower and is a drift vehicle. We've got the 1997 Toyota Mark II Tourer VJZ X100, and then this one. So I will be reviewing that Toyota, as that is the only other road car in this car pack, but it is still well worth getting the car pack because you do get a couple of extra race cars or drift cars. I probably will also review the Mazda if I have enough to talk about with that one, but that is more of a racer than anything, so depends on how much I've got to say about it. But I will be reviewing the Toyota, which, unlike this car, is able to be fully viewed. Not sure why this isn't, you know, you would expect a car pack to have cars that are all fully viewable. Even the Mazda is, and that's a racing car at the end of the day. So yeah, but still, this is a fantastic vehicle regardless of whether or not being able to actually fully see it. And yeah, it's definitely one of my favourites that has been added to this game after its initial release. So yeah, get out there and get that car pack if you haven't already. It's only the equivalent of I think £3.99 over here in the UK, and yeah, $4.99 in the US, and €4.99 in Europe. So it's not all that much, and at the end of the day I'd have paid that amount just for this car alone, never mind the Toyota and the other ones. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.